Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Business. My name is Darrell Kwao. The Ghana Commercial Agriculture Project, with support from the Exim Bank, has supported 10 vegetable farmers and agribusiness entrepreneurs to study the best practices in vegetable export trade in Kenya. The training aims to equip them with tools and modern means of cultivating vegetables for the European and other foreign markets. Here's more in this report.
The Ghana Commercial Agriculture Project is under the Ministry of Agriculture with support from the Japanese government to revamp the growth of vegetables and other export-oriented products by farmers. The 10 agribusiness entrepreneurs who returned from Kenya had the opportunity to experience from some of the largest producers, since Kenya is one of the biggest in vegetable production in Africa. Project coordinator Osewu Swajimai, who led the delegation, told Joy Business that the beneficiaries will transfer the knowledge.
We're going to use them as a focal point to revamp the vegetable sector. And the government sponsored them. We're also going to give them cold vans and other infrastructure facilities that enable them to provide market access to the vegetable farmers throughout the country. Currently, we are assisting vegetable farmers in Angosikope, in Adan, Hippo, in South Tongu, Michelle Camp in Tema, then atomic energy in Ghana East. Then we're also looking at assisting farmers in Kumasi to help them to build their capacity in terms of sanitation and marketing.
Some of the beneficiaries also added that most of their lessons learned from Kenya will be implemented if the regulatory environment is friendly for their business.
They make sure the protocols are in place from the farm production side to the pack house. You know, they ensure that the food and safety measures are in place. And these are one of the things that we ensure that when we are producing here in Ghana, we have to enforce. They've got this local standard in Kenya called the Kenya standard, in which Ghana is, I think, we have a similar thing called the Ghana Green Label. I think when we're able to push that Ghana Green Label, our vegetable sector is going to grow big.
We also had the opportunity to meet with the standard boards over there to have some discussion how they have been able to implement their regulations. They have standards for both exporting the vegetables as well as their flowers, as well as the local supplies they do. So we are trying to implement the same thing here in Ghana. We learned a lot from this trip. It's amazing the structures they have in place, and the assistance programs they have for the farmers have helped with a huge unemployment opportunities over there. So we are hoping we're able to do the same here in Ghana as well.
And still with news on support for small businesses, not-for-profit organization Invest in Africa says it is positioning small and medium-scale enterprises under its programs to help them explore opportunities that come with the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. According to the country director, Clarence Nate, his outfit seeks to help more than 15% of businesses to scale up to make them market-ready for the trade deal. Bismarck Awusa has more from the organization's third SME Excellence Awards.
The Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement is expected to become operational on 1st June this year and hopes to create the world's largest free trade zone with over 1 billion consumers and a potential $3 trillion economy and the zero tariffs on goods traded among member countries. It is against this background that the country director of IIA, Clarence Nate, noted his outfit is investing to adequately prepare its SMEs to harness the market opportunities the CFTA will provide.
I think first of all, it's important to establish that as we speak today, about 10 to 15% of our SMEs, in terms of those 10 to 15% of the active supplier pool, are already doing business in Africa. And that's thanks to our support, in terms of whether it's financing support, whether it's capacity building, or even helping them with access to markets. So we're already doing that. What we obviously need to do is to scale this up and do that faster, because the opportunity is so huge. If we're crawling at 10%, that's not going to help. So our goal is to try and get to about 40%, from where we currently are at about 15% in the next 3 years.
Keynote speaker at the event, who is also executive chairman of AB and David Africa, David Ofosu-Dorte, highlighted the need for SMEs to enhance their competitiveness by upgrading standards of their products and expanding production capacity to help maximize benefits from the trade agreement.
I spoke at a different fora the other day, and I was asked the same question. I said, looking at my understanding of the Ghanaian private sector, I don't think we are prepared for this year. The preparation have begun. The government side is the one which is preparing, because we are having a secretariat here, but I haven't seen much preparation on the part of the private sector.
And there's more coming up on the marketplace in 20 minutes. Up next, sports. Stay tuned.